Introducing AlphaSense's ACPD sensor prototype for non-destructive case depth verification. The project was sponsored by the Navy Air SBIR Phase 2 program. Current gold standard in the field to measure actual case depth introduced in case-hardened gear is via a destructive technique, which typically involves sectioning a piece from the gear, making an acrylic mold, polishing the molded part to have a mirror-like surface and then measuring the hardness profile from surface to subsurface using a micro-indenter. Such a process is time-consuming, labor-intensive and costly. Not to even mention that it will generate a large amount of scraps. Therefore, the goal of the current program is to develop a low-cost, high-throughput non-destructive sensor for case depth measurements. To calibrate the sensor performance, case-hardened 4130, 9310, and PyroWare 53 rods and gears were used. For the demonstration purpose, the sensor is connected to a laptop computer through a RS-232 interface. For actual field application, however, such a RS-232 interface is not needed, as the sensor is self-contained. The measurement is simple and straightforward. The user will only have to press the ACPD probe against the sample and push a button to initiate the process. Data are then automatically collected and analyzed by the sensor hardware to report the measured case depth. For example, for the unhardened rod, the sensor measured its frequency-dependent impedance data, and determined its case depth as 0. For the case-hardened rod with an actual case depth of 50 mils, however, the sensor quantified its case depth as 51 mils. The sensor can also help resolve case-hardened parts with very close case depths. For example, for the two smaller rods with a case depth difference of only 9 mils, the sensor was able to differentiate them. Non-destructive case depth determinations were also demonstrated on actual case-hardened spur gears. For example, the case depths measured from the ground core, tooth and root of the spur gear was determined to be 0, 14 and 7 mils, respectively. The implemented sensor can be used by OEMs of helicopter gears and Navy maintenance and repair depots for quality inspection and assurance of case-hardened gears and other components.